Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I'm going to detail a real story or character, Willie Weathers, from the movie Gridiron Gang. Now, if you haven't been under a rock, you have probably seen the movie Gridiron Gang, which stars The Rock, playing Sean Porter, who works at Camp Kilpatrick Detention Center in Los Angeles. Sean Porter is frustrated at not being able to help the kids get away from their life problems when they are released from the center, such as street gangs and drug dealing. Sean Porter decides to create a football team so the teens can feel like they're a part of something and believe football will teach them what it takes to be responsible, mature, and disciplined winners. Now, a lot of things we all know in movies get changed around a lot or get added on to make the movie more entertaining, so a lot in the actual movie Gridiron Gang is false. The 2006 film was inspired by a 1993 documentary with the same name called Gridiron Gang. In the documentary, it follows Coach Sean Porter and Coach Michael Moore's time with several players they coached in their 1990 season. They would show how they changed the narrative of troubled youth who were thought to be future criminals by giving them an opportunity to make something of themselves and get a fresh start to turn a negative to a positive. The sports programs at Camp Kilpatrick was actually started in 1986 with the formation of a basketball squad. In 1988, the camp added an 8-man football team, which Sean Porter was influential in developing. In 1990, while under Porter, the program went into full swing with an 11-man football team and a full season worth of games. Camp Vernon Kilpatrick was a juvenile detention camp in Malibu, California that was built in 1962. It was the centerpiece of Los Angeles County juvenile justice system, which many gang members and juvenile offenders in Los Angeles County have most likely touched foot in. In 1990, Camp Kilpatrick football team made a run to the California Federation Division X championship game. The squad was comprised of boys who all had run-ins with the law. They did something only a handful of camp coaches at that time thought they could do. Kilpatrick players became a cohesive unit that put aside personal vendettas for the greater good of the team, and in the end, they found a type of success that eluded many of the troubled teens for their entire lives. One of those troubled kids will be a young man named Michael Black, who many may know from the movie Gridiron Gang that came out in 2006 as Willie Weathers. The Willie Weathers character was based on Michael Black. Now, a lot in the movie of Michael Black's story was actually false. Unlike the movie, his real cousin didn't die in front of him, and he actually didn't shoot and kill his stepdad. He was actually in Camp Kilpatrick for stealing a car, which he got 6 months for. Michael Black was born May 3rd, 1974. He would be raised by his mother and have 4 siblings. His father wasn't present in his life. He grew up in Los Angeles and got into the gang lifestyle, and that eventually led to him at Camp Kilpatrick. Michael would land in jail during the first official season the Mustangs would have, and him, like many of the youth of the camp, would join the team. Michael was a standout early on the team, but a lot came with Michael.
Just keep you away from him. I never really thought that. It's terrible. Just thinking back to, times you used to have fun and things you used to do. It's not right.
It doesn't have an ounce of fat on him.
He can be a nice kid if he's getting his way. He's probably been babied his life. He's somewhat of a whiner.
Michael Black once scraped his knee and started crying. I mean, tears actually started rolling down his eyes.
A big tough kid like him from the streets, and he comes here and he skins his knee and he cries.
Now you got to overcome from this, and you got to rebound and come back strong and make a heck of an effort in practice. Now let's go.
Amazing athletic ability. He seems to have been babied, and he needs toughening.
Black, stand it up. What you want to do? Tighten up.
You got a lot of abilities, but sometimes it's hard to do all that stuff out there. Like when we be out there on the field, Coach Bell, he be telling me, one day I'm gonna get out of here and run 110% and shock us all. Sometimes I do, but it be hard. I mean,
The Camp Kilpatrick Mustangs started off slow that year in 1990, amassing a 1-3 and 1 record at the midway point of the season. 5 starters had been declared ineligible prior to the first game, and the team had yet to gel together. That's when tragedy struck, and the season took a drastic turn. Coach Sean Porter's mother would die, and the team rallied in honor of his mom, and the team turned the season around, with her death bringing everyone closer. On the death of Coach Porter's mother, the team took off. They won 8 straight games, including 3 playoff contests and advanced to the Division X championship game. The Mustangs would face powerhouse Montclair Prep. That program would eventually send 8 of its 11 defensive starters to D1 college football programs. In a defensive slugfest, the Mustangs held Montclair Prep close, but it was a goal line stand by Montclair in the fourth quarter that would derail the Mustangs' title dreams. The Mustangs' success would be a big part of Michael, who rushed for 2,000 yards in his first season.
Scraping his knee, having tears in his eyes, to gaining over 2,000 yards. I'd like to present this to him.
After his 6 months was over, Michael was back on the streets. He would attend a high school in his neighborhood in South Central. The school was called Dorsey. He just didn't play football. He also participated on the track team, which he was a standout. But once again, Michael would end up back in jail. But this time, over an armed robbery in Burbank, California, that occurred the same week he participated in a track meet. Michael robbed 3 people in 40 minutes, which he would later be arrested for, and he would serve 20 months. When Michael was released, Michael would attend West Los Angeles Community College, where he would be an immediate standout on the school's football program. He would play 2 seasons there and amass 4,000 yards. Michael would gain several interests from several colleges, but he wanted to go to USC, but it wouldn't work out that way, with many colleges' programs being scared away with his criminal past. But Washington State would give him a chance, and it worked out good for both. Michael played 2 football seasons for Washington State, and he starred in the Washington State historic 1997 team, which advanced to the Rose Bowl for the first time in 67 years. That season, he was named second team All Pac-10 after posting 1,181 rushing yards to go along with 11 touchdowns on 242 carries.
So when he came, I just made a complete stop, and he went right by me. And I took off down the sideline, and I saw the other guy coming. And the first thing came to my mind, I knew I was going to score, but I wanted to do something exciting, something that I always wanted to do. Last year, I used to always see Warwick Dunn. Every time he runs the ball for a long run, he always take 3 yards from the end zone. He just dives right in. So that popped in my head when that dude coming. So I was going to time it. I didn't want to just dive in alone. I wanted him to be somewhere in the vicinity. So right when he reached, I dove.
After his college career ended, Michael was originally signed by the Seattle Seahawks as an undrafted rookie free agent from the 1998 NFL Draft. Michael spent the entire 1998 and 99 seasons on the practice roster of the Seahawks. He later signed as a free agent and attended the training camp with the Dallas Cowboys in 2000. He would later sign with the XFL team, the Orlando Wave. After Michael's football career ended, he stayed out the media, but what is known is he's a father of 2 and still doing good. Camp Kilpatrick's athletics program was discontinued in August of 2012. The camp was being torn down and rebuilt to focus on more education, counseling, and vocational training instead of competitive sports, making 2013 and 2014 seasons their last. Even though those sports programs ended, efforts coaches Sean Porter made shaped many kids' lives, and people like Michael Black will be a success story from the program. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.